Hi guys, this is Jake here at Canadian Cutting Edge, and today we're taking a look at a knife that comes in this box by HX Outdoors. This is the ZD-020 Mercenaries folder, the mini version. And yes, it comes in a nice little container like this. It's the same type of container that this little HX Outdoors knife came in, if you remember that one. It's that little folder, which is a copy of the Reich Thor 3 knife that HX Outdoors worked along with Reich on. Today we're taking a look at this little guy. They're putting different labels on some of their knives now. EDC gear is across the pocket clip. And I think Fura is doing some of that as well, putting EDC gear on their knives and stuff. We've got the model number across here, steel type on the other side, and HX Outdoors up here. And I've not seen this knife by anybody else, and that is because the whole time I've seen this style of knife, when you look at the blade closer, you'll be able to remember I've reviewed two fixed blades that look like this, the blades very much like this. Except for it's larger, and I got two different sizes. One that's a fair bit bigger than this, and then the other one's that's a whole lot bigger than this. And those are fixed blades. And this folder is, not quite a wee Wednesday knife, because I do get a full 3-finger grip on here. Easy to do a lot of really good control of this. So it's a good small sub 3-inch knife that you can carry around with you. And when you need to cut something, this thing will certainly take care of pretty much any urban EDC task. And let's take a good close look at it. Coming at you right now. So we'll just take a brief little look at this container. We do have a little rubber gasket in here, as you can see right there. So it's intended to be waterproof. I have not tested it for waterproofness, but it holds better than the other one did, I think. This one might actually end up being waterproof up to, a shallow depth, nothing extra deep or anything. And if you wanted to, you could easily just cut this tab off. It's designed to be hanging in a store like that. And there you go. You've got this foam insert that you can easily take back out, so you can put in something a whole lot more than just this little item. But if you want to just use that, there you go. So let's put this aside. Here's the knife. It does not have any thumb stud, and it doesn't have a flipper tab, so it's not going to be flicked open very easily. If I use, there you go, some wrist action really hard, I can get it to flip. It's not designed for that. So it's just basically a nice slow opening knife, even though it's got some really nice washers in here. We've got Teflon and phosphor bronze washers, one on each side. So that's, a really good washer system for smooth action, good wear. We've got these pivot pins. One of them's a D shape, so they don't free spin along. That's a really good thing. And there you can see the liner lockup is exactly, well, very much where I like a brand new knife to be. Maybe not exactly. I'll give you a close-up shot of that. And it's got a little jimping on the top of that, so it's easy to undo the arm and close the knife. Blade alignment when it's closed is very good, right down the middle. We've got G10 with some, 3D milling on it, chamfering up here, and odd chamfering around here and stuff. Some jimping back here. Just everything's a little bit there just to give it an extra bit of traction. And, if you keep your finger back here, you've got good protection, and it's a decent knife for doing a lot of light tasks. And if you've got, this kind of grip, you can do some more delicate kind of work, pinch grip, or you can push through things. Reverse grip is okay. I can just get like all 4 of my fingers on there if I hold it just right. And so that's a really unusual thing for a knife this size. I didn't think I'd be able to do that. My hands are borderline between large and extra large for North American sizes. between 10 and 11 in European sizes. So this knife I thought was a whole lot smaller than it is, but hey, it's not too bad. We've got a nice black stonewash on here, and we've got that same modified 3-edge Tanto blade right here, and all 3 edges are nice and sharp. And we've got this really weird pocket clip. I don't understand this pocket clip. You know, I've seen some milled out sections for pocket clips like this, but they're almost always fold over type, so they go nice and deep. But now we've got like 1.5 inches. If you put this in a pocket, you've got at least 1.5 inches sticking out of your pocket. Very odd. And what they could have done, if they would have just changed this, the way they've, scalloped the G10 here, they could use that last screw and then use one more screw right there and have it, put up here so that you'd have, just over 1/2 inch sticking out of your pocket. It's really weird that it's right there, but when you're holding it, it doesn't create any hot spots. So maybe that's why they did it. I don't know if it'd create hot spots if it was over there or not. But in any case, the pocket clip's super functional. It works just fine. It's just odd that it's such a, the way you carry it, it's got so much of the knife sticking out. Well, let's see what it looks like in a pair of pants, and I'll show you. See, that edge grabs on very well. You can see that the pocket clip has got that, nice dip down here, and then it folds over up there. That's what keeps it from getting hot in the hand while you're using it. And you can see that just comes up here, and it just comes over the edge of the fabric and comes in, and there you go. It holds on just fine. The end of the knife is right here, and the other end is right there. And so look, 1/3 of it is sticking out of the pocket. Quite odd, but it works. So if you don't mind that much sticking out of the pocket, then there you go. Either that or you just drop it in your pocket altogether. Maybe take the pocket clip off altogether, and then you're good to go. Pocket clip is right side only, right side tip up. We've got the ZD-020. You Americans might call it ZD. There's the HX Outdoors logo, sort of that egg-shaped graphic. And then on this side, HX Outdoors with their beast critter. And right here is the steel 8CR14. It's a nice little knife. Let's go through the measurements. Actually, let's zoom in before we do that. We've got a cutting edge of 6 centimeters, 2.35 inches. Blade length, so end of the G10 to the tip, 5.4 centimeters, 2.1 inches, so a little bit less. And then the blade thickness is 2.43 centimeters, millimeters, 0.0955 inches. The blade depth right here is 3 centimeters, 1.17 inches. The thickness of the edge behind the grind is 0.67 millimeters. So that's 0.026 inches. A little thicker than I'd like, but not terrible. The handle length is 8.25 centimeters. That's 3.25 inches. The grip area in here is 7 centimeters. That's 2 3/4 inches. The handle thickness, not counting the pocket clip, is 1.3 centimeters. That's 0.52 inches. So very, very good for that. I aim for 1/2 inch thick handles. Now the handle depth, its biggest right back here, is 2.6 centimeters, 1.02 inches. And then the total length of this knife when the blade is deployed is 13.65 centimeters, 5.37 inches. It weighs 83 grams, 2.9 ounces. And I'll put the price across the screen on the bottom here. The US, Canada, euros, and British pounds on the screen right here, since I forgot to put it in my notes. Okay, so the fit and finish on this, pretty good. Design, kind of cool, other than the pocket clip. Interesting. You can get some good holds on it. It does get a little hot in the hand with extended use. I've tried that for a little while. It sharpens just like 8CR14 should, and so that's got a Rockwell around 58-ish. It's got a cool factor, which is one of the big pros for it. I think you pull this out and it's going to be a discussion starter. It's a reasonable urban EDC choice, I think. Most of the tasks you're going to find in the city coming up in a given day, you're going to be able to handle them with this thing. If you want something small, this thing certainly comes under the 3-inch limit if you are required to have something that size, or if you just want something small. It's kind of cool if you get the whole family of the Mercenaries knives. This one does not say Mercenaries on it, but the other ones, the fixed blades that are a little bit bigger and a whole lot bigger, say Mercenaries right on the blade. That's too much. I wish they had nice clean blades like this one. There's also another fixed blade in that family that has a gentle belly here instead of these 3 facets, 3 edges. Hopefully I can get that knife. We'll see if I can. So that's basically the knife. I've mentioned everything. It's not super comfortable, but it's okay. It's functional, definitely. Is it hard to sharpen? No, you just have to take your time to do the 3 facets. If you're not careful as you're doing it, you are going to turn it into a rounded belly. Is that a bad thing? No, I don't think so. It's just going to change what it is. So if you want to keep it with these 3 facets, you will have to be careful and deliberate when you're sharpening. And, decent steel, decent edge, decent products. I really like what they did on the pivot. The liner lock's got lots of life left in it. It's not too heavy. And if I find a fold over pocket clip that fits in here, I'm going to put it on here because that's the only thing that I would really deliberately want to change. There's a hole here, definitely big enough for paracord if you want to use it. So there you go. This is the ZD-020. Hopefully that helps you make up your mind if you want to buy one or not. If you do choose to buy one, please use my links that are down below in the description. Just above the comment section, you can see a few words, and then in the middle you'll see words that say show more. That's if you're looking at this on a computer. That'll extend it and you'll find all the links. If you're looking on a cell phone, down below this corner, you'll see a black little downward pointing triangle. If you tap on that, it'll extend the section and you'll be able to read the comment section down there. So if you use the GearBest links, that really does help me out an awful lot. Thanks to my Patreon supporters for all the support you guys are to me, and everybody else who does the thumbs up, makes a comment, likes and shares, all those other good things you guys do. Everything is helpful. I appreciate it very much. Remember, friends, always cut towards your chum, not your... Wait a minute. You want to see some cutting? Okay. Those people that, thought I was done and they already left, they're not going to see how well this edge cuts. Ooh, that's not that great looking, but to be fair, I've used this edge and I have not maintained it at all. This is the factory edge after I've used it for a while. So that's not too bad. Let's get out this edge up here. It's a little bit nicer. Not bad. And this edge up here, even nicer. So pretty good for, being used for a while. And, it holds its edge fairly well. And, it's a good little knife. Remember, always cut towards your chum, not your thumb.